as we saw in this lecture, there is raid on Surat. The first topic is raid on Surat. Let us understand what happened when the Shivaji has raid on the Surat. After this trumpet, Shivaji did not sit idle. Aurangzeb's troops were lying waste the whole of Maharashtra to bring the emperor to his senses. Okay, what happened when the Battle of Golkin it was there? He lost his major person, that is Baji Prabhu, and he won the battle. Shivaji won the battle. The trumpets were banged, but then also Shivaji did not sit down. He just not sit idle. Okay, once when we won something, we enjoy, we have a party, we just get relaxed. But it is not with the Shivaji. He always think for the next task. Okay, so as he lost the Baji Prabhu, what did he decided that he wants to just want to destroy Aurangzeb. So Aurangzeb's troops were lying waste on the whole of Maharashtra. Where they was, the Aurangzeb's whole troop was lying to the whole of Maharashtra. They were wasting everything. They were not just keeping the Maharashtra properly. They just whatever they saw, they just trying to waste that thing to bring the emperor to his senses. Okay, what did the Shivaji wanted to teach him the lesson? Maharashtra is our property, it is our wealth, and you cannot waste that, you cannot destroy that. That is why he decided that I will teach the lesson to the Aurangzeb. I will keep all his senses alert. Shivaji carried out his daring raid on Surat. Okay, why it is called daring? Let us try to understand. Shivaji decided to carry the raid on the Surat. Why it is called daring? Because Surat was so far away from the Pune. Okay, where did the Shivaji? Shivaji was at the Pune, and he wants to go far away to the Surat to have the raid. You can just imagine the distance from Pune to Surat, and Shivaji has dared to do that no one but Shivaji could have thought of this daring raid. No one would have thought earlier before and till today also. But the Shivaji decided. What did he decided? That he wants to raid on Surat, which was in the hands of Aurangzeb. Okay. Surat was then a great center of trade in the Mughal empire. Sorry. So what? Why did he decide it? Because Surat was the center of trade where they have having a business. Okay, selling goods and buying goods. That was the center of trade for the Mughals. Okay, the Mughal empire was mainly depended on the Surat, and a very rich city. You know, when we have a rich city called, that means all the amenities, all other things are available over there as we compare to the Mumbai right now. Okay, so like that, Surat was the rich city at that time, and the Mughals were dependent on that. That was the trade of center of trade. Shivaji carried out the raid successfully. Whatever the Shivaji decided, whatever he thought, he completed that. He traveled from Pune to the Surat, and he just got succeeded. He raided on the Surat and brought home a booty with lakhs of rupees. As he raided over there, what did he do? He just brought the booty of lakhs of rupees. So much of money he has brought. Shivaji did not forsake ethics in the raid of Surat. What did you know? Why do we worship Shivaji? Because of his ethics, because of his values, because of his good nature. Okay, so whenever he has raided, okay, let's talk about the Surat raid. When he brought the booty of lakhs of rupees, He saw that the ethics will not be broken. Ethics should be followed. So what are the ethics do he followed? Yes, he always care for the people. He always care for the religious, everything, every religion as well as the women. From all the sake of points, he just look into that and then only he takes the step. He follows what he exactly wants to do, but the innocent people should not be harmed. So what did he done? How did he follow the ethics? He spared the churches and mosques. What did he done? He never raided on the churches as well as the mosques. The churches belongs to the Christian and the mosque belongs to the Muslims. But then also, as a Hindu personality, he did not touch to their wealth, and as well as he did not show disrespect to the woman. Okay, what happens on that time? Where let us talk about the Mughals, the Aurangzebs, or the Adil Shah. What did they do? Whenever they did the raid, they have to caught the women to them. Whatever women comes in their own way, they just caught that women and take to their house as their maids. Okay, they just disrespect that woman. But when we come to the Shivaji, you can just imagine Shivaji, the person who always respected the woman. Okay, so when he raided on the Surat, he did not give or he did not show the disrespect to the woman. He not even touched a single woman, whether she is a Christian, whether she is a Muslim, whether she is in Hindu. But he did not show the disrespect towards that woman's. Okay, so I hope all of you must have understood about the raid on Surat. Okay, the raid on the Surat drove Aurangzeb into a furious rage. As you can imagine, they both of them were the enemies. Once when the Aurangzeb has won, Shivaji decided to teach him the lesson. As well as when the Surat raid was successful, Aurangzeb becomes very angry. Okay, he was just burning in the anger. His face was red and he was totally full of anger. That is called furious rage. He now decided to put the end of Maratha kingdom. What did he said that? Now I will finish the Marathas. I will finish their kingdom. I will not keep in a single Maratha to be alive. And this was the anger shown by Aurangzeb. He ordered his great journal. Okay, as we know, everyone is having the general and all that. So he was having a great general, that is Mirza Raje Jai Singh. What did he ordered? Let us see. To humble Shivaji, to assist the Mirza Raje in the campaign, he sent with him his trusted Sardar Diler Khan. Okay, both of them were sent by the Aurangzeb. Okay, and what was the motive behind that? To humble the Shivaji. Okay, to catch the Shivaji in a different way. The two landed in the Deccan with a huge army. What did they? They landed, they came to the Deccan. Okay, they were not alone. Only the Mirza Raja Jai Singh and Diler Khan was not there, but they were with the huge army. And unlimited funds in the sense lots and lots of money was there with given by the Aurangzeb. Are you getting what I'm telling? Okay, Swaraj in a real danger now. As you can just imagine about the Aurangzeb's anger, Swaraj was really in danger as Aurangzeb decided to kill all the Marathas, all the kingdom he is going to destroy. It was in real danger. Immediately after the Surat raid, he's returned from the expedition of Surat in 1664 AD. Shivaji Maharaj heard a sad news. Okay, when did he has to travel far away to the Surat, raid over there, collect the money, and he just came. He has to come back to the Pune. Yes, But when he reached the Surat, okay, when the Shivaji Maharaj reached the Pune, what happened? He heard a sad news. What was the sad news? Let us see. Shahaji Raje had suffered an accidental death. Oh my God, he had an accidental death while on a hunt. Okay, who is Shahaji Raje? The father of Shivaji. What happened with him? He was on the hunt. He was gone for the hunting, and by mistakenly or accidentally, he had a death. Okay, accidental death. Shivaji Maharaj and Jizabai were greatly grieved. They were in a deep sorrow. They cannot just control their feelings. They were very broken because of he lost his father and Jizabai have lost his husband. Holding his mother close to his bosom, Shivaji Maharaj consoled her. As a careful son, as a responsible son, what did Shivaji done? He held her, the mother. He never lost the hope, and what did he consoled her mother? He never left alone his mother, but always giving inspiration, giving motive words to the mother to console her, to make her to understand the situation. Okay, that was the condition. And here the Jai Singh and the Diler Khan was planning to attack. Okay, just see, the Shivaji was in a deep sorrow. He was crying, and the Aurangzeb was ready to attack. Purandar was one of the Shivaji's big and strong forts. What was the Mughals? Well, the heading is Siege of Purandar by the Mughal army. Okay, Mughal army. Which was the Mughal army? Sent by Aurangzeb, that is Diler Khan, as well as the Jai Singh Raje. They came with a huge army as well as the lots of funds. And what did they target? They targeted towards the Purandar. Okay, the Purandar, which was the strong and the big fort of Shivaji's. Diler Khan knew that Shivaji could not be defeated as long as he was the master of Purandar. Okay, what did he said that? Diler Khan decided that we have to have control over Purandar, because if the Shivaji is having Purandar, he will not be defeated. The Marathas will not be defeated. Okay, so therefore he led the siege to this powerful fort. He won that fort. He had a huge army under his command. As you know, the Aurangzeb given him the large army. Murarbaji was in charge of the fort. Who was the in charge of Purandar? The Murarbaji. He was determined fighter who would not easily yield to threat. As you know, Shivaji, the Marathas were never ever have the fear. Yes or no? So you can just see so many examples. Baji Prabhu also we have seen. The what is that person called? The movie? Yes, that also is the powerful. So how can be the Murar Baji? He was a determined fighter. Okay? So he was also supported to brave troops. The Murar Baji was also having a very few soldiers, but then also they were the brave. The troops were brave. They are ready to die for Shivaji. With the help of Murarbaji, decided to defend the fort. What did they decided that as we are less than the army of Mughal, but then also we have to fight, we have to defend, or we have to save the Purandar fort. Okay, so fight has been decided. Diler Khan's gun went into action. Who attacked first? The Diler Khan. He attacked with the guns. Okay. Fiery cannonballs began to drop on the fort. Fiery cannonballs means the toffs and all that, they began to drop on the fort. Murarbaji and his brave men held on. They also started to prepare for the battle. The first bastion on the Machi collapsed under gunfire. You know the Machi where the kings and all that were stands and look after from the fort? Yes, that was collapsed because of the Diler Khan's fiery cannonballs. It was collapsed. It was broken. Diler Khan's troops captured the lower fort. Okay, they entered in the lower part of the fort and they captured that. Diler Khan was watching the battle from his camp, as Diler Khan was not actually in action, but he has sent the army and he was watching the battle from sitting in the camp, furious with rage. He was total full of anger. And as he was watching the battle, Murarbaji decided to attack the Mughal troops with the select contingent of 500 men. How many? The 500 men were there in that contingent. Contingent in the sense the group of that army. Okay, so 500 men started to attack first on the Mughal troops. He opened the gate to the upper fort. As you know, they have captured the lower fort. That's why what did they decided? We will go to the gate of upper fort and we will attack from that side. Shooting with the war cry. They started to loudly crying in the set. They was announcing Har Har Mahadev. So loudly they was shouting. Okay, and the marvels fell on the marvels. Okay, wait a minute. He opened the gate of the upper fort, shouting with war cry. War cry in the sense so much of energy, so much of power. They said, Har Har Mahadev. The marvels fell on the Mughal troops after a fierce battle which lasted for the short time. Okay, after the fierce battle, what happened? The battle was lasted for very short period of time, but the Maratha routed the huge Mughal army, okay, field towards the Dilar Khan's campaign. The battle was for so much of short period of time, but you can see the energy of Marathas. You can see the energy of Murarbaji. Murarbaji. Okay, and they attacked and they reached towards the Diler Khan's campaign. As they were started their fighting, Murarbaji followed them in hot pursuit. With his troop, he entered the campaign of Diler Khan and wrought the havoc there. He was so much badly fighting. He was just attacking. He didn't saw. You can just imagine the battle of the movie called, what was that movie? I forgot that movie's name. Okay, but in that the soldiers were fighting so badly. Whatever is coming in their middle of the way, they were just killing that. Okay, so Diler Khan was done like that. So the Murarbaji continuously attacked on the soldiers and he reached towards the campaign of Diler Khan. Campaign of Diler Khan. The enemy troops were in flight and the Marathas in pursuit. They, the enemy troops were in a flight. Flight in the sense they were also attacking, and the Marathas were also just trying to protect their fort. Pursuit in the sense trying to protect their forts. Cries and shouted filled with the whole campaign. They keeps on crying. They crying in the sense they just keep fighting. In great hurry, Diler Khan mounted his elephant and looked ahead. What did? Diler Khan was mounted. He just go upon his elephant and he started to look ahead. There was Murarbaji hacking the soldiers to pieces. What did the Murarbaji was so badly cutting the soldiers with his sword. He kept his soldiers in the pieces. His swords moved like lightning, cut the throats, broke the heads, and pierced the heart of the enemy. Okay, what is that? The Murarbaji's sword was moving so lightly as he have a one stroke, he cuts the throat. The second stroke, he cuts the heads of the soldiers and makes the pieces of the heart. That much badly the Murarbaji was fighting. Okay, just imagine the fight. Now the no one could stop Murarbaji or hold his check. No one is trying to come in the middle. They all were feared. All the army, as Murarbaji was the only one person, but then also the army of Mughal was in threat coming in his way. Diler Khan watched in administration his great deeds of bravery. Where did the Diler Khan? He was sitting on the elephant and watching Murarbaji's fight. He was totally fascinated with him. As Diler Khan, he watched the Murarbaji fighting. He was fascinated with the great deed of bravery. He was just thinking that how can be a single man be like this much brave? He was just looking at him in a amaze. Now, Murarbaji's incomparable valor. Let us see what happened next. Seeing Diler Khan was very just fascinated. Murarbaji asked his troop to attack in full force. He was keep continuously inspiring the soldier that attacked, we have to save the Purandar, we have to fight for Shivaji. He was continuously saying that and himself advanced towards the Diler Khan. What was his target? His target was Diler Khan. He was cutting the soldiers who is coming in the middle, but he continuously reaching towards the, his goal was to reach towards the Diler Khan. Whoever tried to obstruct him, who is going to stop him in the middle, he was just cut him into the pieces. Any soldier, any troop, any Mughal is coming in the middle, what was he doing? He was just cutting his head, so his neck or the heart. Okay, and he was just want to reach towards the Diler Khan. The Mughals troop at last surrounded Murarbaji on all the sides. What did the Mughals have also started to do the planning, and what did they done? They just covered up or they surrounded the Murarbaji from all the sides. Oh my god. Just then Diler Khan shouted. Okay? The Diler Khan was shouted. Diler Khan was started to say the soldier that stop. No one is going to kill Murarbaji. He shouted, wait, hold back your swords. To whom did he give the order? To his own army, to the Mughal army. What did he said? No one is going to have the sword on Murarbaji. I want him alive. Okay? The Mughal troops halted and moved back a little. They listened to the Diler Khan, and what did? They just moved little bit back. Then Diler Khan addressed Murarbaji. He wants to talk with Murarbaji. Let us see why did he wanted to talk with the Maratha? Because he was fascinated, he was brave, he was just being inspired by Murarbaji's fight. Let us see what did Diler Khan said to Murarbaji. Diler Khan said, until and now, I have not seen the swordmans like you. What are the words of Diler Khan? He said that until and now, till today, I have not seen the person fighting like you, the swordman like you. Okay, so I haven't seen the swordman like you. You come over to our side. What did he? He offered him that I want the swordman like you. You should not be in the Marathas, but you should be in the Mughals. I want the swordman like you. I want the soldier like you from my side. And for that, he was promised, I promised you complete safety. What did he say that? If you are fighting from our side, our soldiers is only to protect you, not to defeat you. The emperor will make you the Sardar. As I am on what position, that position will be given by the Aurangzeb to you. Murarbaji is became going to be a general Sardar if you accept the offer, and rewards you with the Jagir. What did he say that? Whatever Jagirs are there with me, all will be rewarded to you by Aurangzeb. Let us see the reaction of Murarbaji. What was? His eyes red with anger. Murarbaji, what? He was filled with anger. And in return, what did he said? He said that we are, okay, see the words, the weight of that word. What have they? We are the loyal servants of Shivaji Maharaj. What was the first word he said? He said that we are the loyal servants of Shivaji Maharaj. Who want to buy safety from you? We don't want to buy the safety. Okay, we don't want to buy the safety in return to our loyalty. But then he moved forward in direction of Diler Khan. He moved towards talking, and again, and he started attacking his soldiers. Okay, he started attacking the soldiers, and what did Diler Khan, who was sitting on the in the hoda on the elephant's back, released his arrow with pierced Murarbaji's neck. Okay, as by saying only these words, Murarbaji again started the battle, and he refused to accept the offer. Okay, so what did Diler Khan got? Insulted. How can he refuse so much of Jagir? What did he done? He was already sitting on the elephant's back. He just released his arrow and he killed the Murarbaji. He just pierced the Murarbaji's neck. His target was Murarbaji's neck. Okay. The battle of between Murarbaji Deshpande and Diler Khan. You can see this. This was the picture of battle of Murarbaji and Diler Khan. Murarbaji fell on the ground. As Diler Khan just hit the arrow on his neck, he fell on the ground. His followers lifted his dead body and took it back to the upper fort. What did the soldiers do? The soldiers, the Marathas, they lifted the dead body and went back to the upper fort. What if one Murarbaji is fallen? We too are brave like him. We will fight with courage. Saying so, they began to fight again without losing the head. What did? They just took his body, kept in the upper fort of the Purandar, and again they returned to fight. Okay, they returned to the battle. And what did they say to the other soldiers? Every soldier is thinking that we are the fighters, we are the brave like him. He was not only the one Murarbaji, but we all are like him, and we will fight with the courage. And they continued with their fight. As they were crying also, they were having a deep sorrow. but then also they were fighting. Okay. Shivaji heard the news with great sorrow. Okay, the news was reached towards the Shivaji. He knew that he could hold each one of his fort against the Mughal army for at least more than a year. But he was unwillingly to do so. The cost of his men would be die in the attempt. Okay, what did the Shivaji decided in his mind that I can hold on the fort, I can save my fort, but what will happen if the war is going to be continue, if these kind of things are going to be happened, I'm going to lose my men, I'm going to lose my soldiers, my brave warriors. And he just decided something, the treaty of Purandar. What did he decided that he will have the treaty of Purandar to save his brave soldiers. He took one foot behind. What could be done? He was not strong enough to fight the powerful Mughals. Okay. Till this, have you understood what happened exactly? The raid on Surat was happened. Shahaji was died. Again, the Diler Khan and the Jaising Raje has attacked on the Purandar. And in that fight, Murarbaji Deshpande was fighting continuously and he lost. Okay, this was we have learned till today, till in this lecture. Okay, have you understood? If you have any kind of doubt till this, you can ask me. Give me through the chat if you have any doubt.